Yes or no? Will the CDC be lifting the no-sell order? That's what we're going to be chatting about. Plus, I'm going to let you know why I've canceled my cruise in this video up ahead. Hi there, I'm Ilana from the website lifewellcruise.com. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the CDC again, because yes, we are at the end of another month and we're still waiting for the CDC to say what is going to happen. And this, of course, is really important. Now, before I do get started on that, plus I'm going to talk to you about my own cruise and I'd like to hear your thoughts. Before I get started, I did want to mention that if you do like this video, if you find it helpful or enjoyable in any way, then please do give it a thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And of course, please consider subscribing to the channel. Let's get started. So the way I see it, there are three options. One, the CDC lifts the no-sell order at the end of the month and, well, cruise lines start getting ready for their sailings and start announcing how they actually plan to have their cruises function, which ones are going to be sailing, which ones are going to be canceled, what the scenario will be for testing, all of those things that we just don't know yet. Scenario number two, possibly the CDC might extend another month and cruises can restart after January. That's another possibility. And the third possibility is that the CDC might just extend till the end of February or even March, the way we had heard that they had wanted to. Now, if you already have a thought on this, please let me know down in the comments which one you think this will be. But now let's go into the scenarios of why this might happen. So if that no-sell order is actually lifted, I think there's a couple possibilities. Firstly, I think that it is very possible that it may be limited to American residents, at least for those first few sailings in December. Now, of course, this is just an opinion, and this is based on partially all of the travel restrictions that are still going on. And if cruises did restart in December, we are really still dealing with them. I'm not saying it's a guarantee. I just think that this is an actual possibility. As well, we are also looking at the CDC did sort of extend its warning, its travel warning, saying that cruises are really unsafe, and they gave their reasons that cruises are unsafe. They have it as a level 3 warning. It is possible that the CDC will lift the no-sell order, leaving it still an option, but really warning people that cruises are unsafe. So I don't know if that would really happen, but I do think we should take that seriously, because I do think that that might have an effect on the way cruises are seen by travel insurance companies. I think there's a lot of implications to this still, by workplaces perhaps. So I do think this is definitely something that we have to consider is not good news for cruising. Whether or not it will affect the no-sell order, that I'm really not sure. I'd love to hear what you think of that. So now let's look at the other end of the spectrum. Let's look at option 3. Now, option 3 is that the CDC extends the no-sell order till the end of February or even until March. I personally don't think that there's a strong likelihood that they're going to do that. They may want to do that. Personally, I just feel like a lot can change month by month. We're seeing that numbers can go up, numbers can go down. There can be a vaccine by then. There can be rapid testing by then. So I feel like that's just too long a period of time that they'll plan for. So I don't think that it's likely. I might be wrong, but I don't think that that is a likely scenario. The next option. Now, a lot of people, I had actually asked in my Facebook group, Lifewell Cruise on Facebook, and as well in the community on YouTube, and I had asked about, well, if people thought that the CDC would lift the no-sell order right away, if they would add another month, or if it would even go to February, March, or even later. And the majority of people overall between the communities had said they believed the CDC would add an additional month. I personally think that this is likely as well. I could be totally wrong. By the time this video is airing, maybe all of this is even obsolete because they've already announced. I hope not. But that is all something that is possible, but I do think that it's probable for a couple of reasons. First of all, we know the cruise lines need 30 to 60 days, they have told us, to be able to get ready. And even though they are starting to bring crew back, we have heard this from some of the cruise lines, and we've seen that Carnival has actually had some of the crew, we've seen footage of the Carnival crew coming through the airports and going back to some of the different cruise ships. So we know that this is happening. I don't know if they know something that we don't, or they just really want to be prepared. And I think that this is something really good. But they are going to need time to do this. At the same time, if you are cruising, I know that you probably want to know what those protocols are going to be. So exactly. So you probably want to know that there's an actual date of restart. So I think that this is something important that we start to get onto this. Hopefully the cruise lines, if they do get an extension of another month, perhaps they'll be able to say it's another month, but we definitely will be restarting. They have a plan that perhaps this has been worked out with the CDC and the government. I'm not sure if that will happen, but I definitely hope so. And we did hear news that Virgin Voyages is canceling all of their cruises for December. This was not a massive surprise. They haven't really even started up yet, but they will be starting, they say, in January, obviously, if all goes well. Okay, so now let's talk about something that's really a lot more personal to me. And this is really my own cruise. I don't often like to talk about my own cruises because I feel like my channel and even my blog is really all about you and not really about me. So I don't like to talk about it that much until I've gone and then at least I can give you some information about it. But now I will talk about it. So I decided to actually cancel my cruise, and it was a New Year's cruise. It would have been, I think, our 5th New Year's cruise. It's one of my favorite times to cruise. I just think there's no better place to have New Year's than on a cruise ship. So we were planning to go on the Sky Princess for an 8-day ABC Islands cruise, leaving from Fort Lauderdale. We were definitely very excited to be on the Sky Princess. We were on the Regal Princess a couple of years ago, and it truly was, in terms of ships, one of our absolute favorite ships. I think it has like the most gorgeous piazza, the atrium in the middle. It's just such a beautiful ship, and just so many other things that we really love about it. And we were excited to be on the Sky Princess because we had heard the color tones were a little bit more light and airy, and I like the decor on cruise ships, so I was really looking forward to that. And the ABC Islands, it's one of my absolute favorite itineraries, and we couldn't wait to get back to Bonaire, actually, because Bonaire, we spent a little bit of time there, but we knew we needed to explore more. So we were really looking forward to getting back there, as well as, of course, Aruba and Curacao. But I did decide to cancel it. And the reason I did so was because my final payment was due just in a couple of days, and I was hoping to hear something before the final payment. I didn't really want to make a final payment and then have to wait 4 weeks or longer for a refund. So that's why I decided to cancel it. At the same time, I also thought about the probabilities. And as some of you know, I live in Canada. So I am still dealing with the travel restrictions here in Canada, and I'm dealing with the actual number of cases that have gone up in Canada. Despite the fact that we were doing pretty well in the summer, this is such an unpredictable thing. And our numbers where I live, our numbers have gone up, and we have upwards of, on average, 1,000 cases a day just in our province. So it's kind of high for the amount of people that we have. And definitely we're starting to know people who have this virus, whereas back in March and April, we didn't really know people who had the virus. We heard of people, or it was in, some of the senior citizens' residences, but we didn't really know very many people. Now we're starting to actually know people. Our family members have children that are within their school that have it, and it's starting to really kind of have a lot of an effect on our community. So that's the reality, and I just couldn't see that cruise for me would happen this New Year. So I'm very disappointed, but I know it's life and that things are going to be better, and that we will be able to travel and to cruise again. And if it's not in, December, January, then it will be a little bit later in the year. But I definitely think that 2021 will be better. Now, I do have another cruise booked in early January, and I have to make a decision this week whether or not I will keep that. So I'd love to know your thoughts. If you were me, you lived in Canada, with different travel restrictions, would you keep the cruise? Would you cancel it? Would you pay the final payment and then cross your fingers? Let me know what you think I should do, and let me know, please, what you are doing for your own cruises. And let's take a guess at what we think is going to happen with the CDC. Now, if you did like this video, if you found it helpful, informative, or you just enjoyed chatting with me, then please do give the video a thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And of course, please subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. I really appreciate each and every subscriber and person who watches this video. So thank you very much for watching, and happy future cruising.